Alright guys, so I'm here to debunk the theory, the notion that anime and cartoons are the same, okay? Because they're not. At all. Let's start with cartoons, shall we? Cartoons! Phantasmagorie is a 1908 French animated film by Emily Cole. Hopefully I said that first word correctly. If not, you get the message. It is one of the earliest examples of traditional hand-drawn animation and considered by film historians to be the first animated cartoon. Cartoons such as today, Powerpuff Girls, Kids Next Door, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Boondocks, okay? Boondocks is not an anime, it's a cartoon. Let me keep going. Let me get on anime now, okay? The earliest examples of Japanese animation can be traced back to 1917. The defining characteristics of the anime art style we know today first emerged in the 1960s through the works of Osamu Tezuka. If you watch modern anime, you'll quickly pick up on the unique look and feel of the anime art style. Anime art styles such as Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Sword Art Online, The Avatar. Yes, The Avatar. The reason why I say this is because The Avatar was created here in America, right? Which is Western anime, to be on technical terms. But the reason why The Avatar is considered anime is because it is created not only from the homage of Japanese culture, but in the form of Japanese style art, aka anime. So stop it. I'm going to need y'all to learn the difference. If you're going to be a nerd, be a true one. Stop considering Teen Titans anime. Quit. That's disrespectful to not only anime, but the comic world. I'm on that wave too. So stop. Boondocks is not considered anime because literally the only type of form that the Boondocks portrays anime is their fight scenes. Just because their fight scenes is drawn in anime type form does not mean they are culturally representing anime. The whole show of the Boondocks is representing two young boys who are growing up with their grandfather being black in America. Okay? That's it. And they do it in a comedic way. Comedy. What is that about anime? They ain't got nothing to do to show homage to Japanese culture. Like I said, their fight scenes shows homage. Their fight scenes shows anime art. But other than that, the whole basis of the show is not anime. So again, if you gonna be a nerd, be a true one. Know your history. Know where anime comes from. Know where it started. Know what it's about. Understand the difference. When you see something, you can tell if it's anime or if it's a cartoon. There is a big difference. I'm not talking about the outsiders, you know what I'm saying? Outsiders are people who just, they're the ones who watch Love and Hip Hop and they come to your world and they think, oh, cartoons, they're the same. Dragon Ball Z in their mind is a cartoon. It's okay. Those are ignorant people. Let them be. Those are usually the main ratchet folks who always tell you they do grown folks things, which we all know when they say they do grown folks things, all that entails is that they get smashed on the weekend, they get drunk, and they just take care of no adult responsibilities. That's it, that's all. That's not being an adult, so stop it. Anime fan at heart, that's what I do. I'm just here to make this video to show and shed light on not only are the two different, but if they were even the same, why do they have different time periods of when each one began? Cartoons began in 1908. anime 1917. Obviously, there's a vast difference. Otherwise, they would just collectively put them in one freaking year and say they're the same thing. They're not. Cartoons came from France. Anime came from Japan. Okay? Not only that, on technical terms, anime is low-key the translation of comics. Okay? Do we consider comics cartoons? No, we do not. Comics are comics. They're in their own category. Can they be shown in a cartoon? Sure. But they're not a cartoon. Marvel and DC Comics is just that. There's a whole Marvel universe. There's a whole DC universe. Shout out to Marvel Gang or Don't Bang, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? But they're two separate things for a reason. They were created in different... Even the Marvel Comics was created in a different time period than when cartoons was made, such as DC. By the way, even though I'm Marvel Gang, Don't Bang, DC was created first, so let's not forget. Let's know our history on that. But that's for a different video, you feel me? So, on that note, I just really hope that y'all understand and y'all come to my video, my channel, to get some knowledge on the difference between cartoon and anime. I have a good buddy of mine who we had this discussion, and he told me that he feels that this topic is subjective. And it's not. The reason why it's not subjective, because it is not an opinion, but it is fact that the two are different, and the two have different styles of art drawn. And not only does it have to have that particular style, but it has to show homage for the Japanese culture to be considered anime. So with that being said, I know that y'all seen a lot of cartoons, a lot of anime, so now you can decipher the two for yourself and actually know. And if you don't want to believe me, because I am a person of color in America, I will let Miss Susan explain to y'all. Okay? Because I know y'all don't want to just hear me and think, oh, see, Greasy always right. He always think he right. Okay? So I'm going to let Susan explain to you the difference in what anime really is. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming to my channel and for checking me out. So if you made it to the end, shout out to you.
In animation. It's rather different because anime really got going in the early 1960s, and there wasn't a lot of money. There weren't big budgets. So they dwindled the frame amount to 12 frames per second. And that means that the motion seems a little different. It's jerkier. How do you augment? How do you create an imaginative world with fewer frames? There are a number of ways, and this is where we see anime style becoming so distinctive. One very simple one that people always ask me about is the eyes. People say, why do they have such big eyes? Again, if you don't have a lot of money and you have to concentrate on certain things, the eyes are, as we know, the window of the soul. Now, if it were just visual style, would we be really caring about Japanese anime? I mean, it's nice to look at, but what else is there? Okay, very important. Narrative. Plots include characters who are not necessarily purely heroic or purely villainous. They're often very interesting, multi-layered people. Related to this is also the fact that this more complex aspect of anime also gives sometimes darker endings. And that's another thing that people have different reactions to. But again, I think if you're interested in really interesting storylines and really strong characters and often very beautiful settings, it can be very, very mind-expanding. It can open up your mind to a different kind of vision of the world.
It's a piece of cake.